Good afternoon and welcome to CVM Live, the noon edition on CVM Television, online at cvmtv.com. And remember, you can download our CVM TV Smart app from the Google Play Store. I'm Whitney Levy. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security has called an emergency conciliation meeting to seek to restore normality in the health sector. Industrial action by some nurses yesterday led to reduced operations at some public health facilities. 62 of registered nurses slated to report to work for the morning shift were present at their respective duty stations in hospitals island-wide yesterday. The regions most affected by this action were North East Regional Health Authority with 41%, followed by Western Regional Health Authority at 57%, Southern Regional Health Authority 62%, and Southeast Regional Health Authority at 71%. The hospitals most affected are only providing emergency services, which means that those facilities are not able to conduct elective surgeries due to the reduced nursing staff complement. In response to industrial action by registered nurses in hospitals across the island, the Health Ministry has been working to put measures in place to ensure that healthcare coverage continues with the least possible disruption in services. Today's emergency meeting is expected to be attended by representatives from the Nurses Association of Jamaica, the Health Ministry and the Finance Ministry. Chairman of the People's National Party, Fitz Jackson, says that the National Identification System Bill should be withdrawn and retabled. He adds that the NIDDS bill, the accompanying regulations, the Data Protection Bill, should be subjected to a joint select committee. He was speaking at a Rotary Club of Kingston meeting yesterday.
Withdraw the bill in its present form, retable the bill along with the accompanying regulations, and also accompany that bill with the data protection bill. There is no one has any clue or idea what the provisions are in legislation or will be. Finally, there's a bill tabled in the House now, the data protection bill. I don't think they have met once yet to deliberate on it. But we don't know what will be provided for. And we're simply saying, put those three things together.
There were 268 amendments to the 65-clause bill, and according to Jackson, that's a troubling sign.
The bill has 65 clauses in it. And when it left the House with 100 amendments, and then go to the upper house, it ended up altogether with 268 amendments to a 65-clause bill. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be any experienced legislator or a genius to recognize that some things have been seriously flawed with this bill.
2 persons have been killed and another 3 injured in Dundee Pen, Hanover. Dead are 37-year-old Tusay McIntosh, also called Ray Ray of Johnsontown, Hanover, and 18-year-old Shanoya Murray. Reports are that about 7 p.m. Thursday night, McIntosh, who operated a Toyota Hiace bus, was transporting passengers from Lucy to Akinish in Hanover. Upon reaching a section of the Dundee Pen main road, 3 armed men came out of bushes, opening fire, killing McIntosh and Murray and injuring 3 other passengers. 2 live 9mm cartridges and 13 9mm casings were found at the scene. Meanwhile, in Trelawney, the police are investigating the murder of 2 persons and the wounding of 4 others that took place on Wednesday in the parish. Dead are 25-year-old Anna K. Williams and 8-year-old student Javier Carr Lemon. 4 others, including 3 children, were reportedly shot and injured, all of a Kinloss address in Trelawney. Reports are that about 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, the deceased and the wounded individuals were at a house in Kinloss when loud explosions were heard. They tried to make their escape when they realized that both deceased got shot and were motionless. All 4 survivors were reportedly wounded and were assisted to the Falmouth Hospital where they were treated. Police crime scene investigators processed the scene where 11 9mm casings were found. The Met Service has extended the flash flood watch for low-lying and flood-prone areas in Hanover, St. James, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, Trelawney, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. Mary, Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew until 5 p.m. today. A trough across the Western Caribbean, including Jamaica, continues to influence the weather conditions across the island. Satellite imagery and radar reports indicate that light to moderate showers have affected sections of western and central parishes last night and this morning. The forecast is for periods of afternoon showers and thunderstorms to continue to affect sections of the island, especially western and central parishes over the next few days. Flash flooding is therefore possible over some low-lying and flood-prone areas of the island. The largest community resource center was recently opened in Four Paths, Clarendon by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, as part of their Community Empowerment and Transformation Project Commit 2 program.
It's an important day. As already been mentioned, it's a milestone for this community to have this community resource center, to mark this event. It's a big deal. And so congratulations to all of you that have worked so hard to get where you are right now here today. Sounds like there's still some work ahead, but this is a really good start.
Looks forward to hearing about their plans for the center and how it will impact the lives of citizens in Four Paths and adjoining communities.
The Four Paths Citizens Association aims to become a unique organization and to build a safe and united community which will be rooted in active community participation, where members will be empowered to apply best practices to protect the environment and to enjoy recreational activities and be involved in training activities and employment opportunities.
Four Paths is just one of the communities in Jamaica to have benefited from the USAID Commit 2 program. Region 2 of the Bursars Association of Jamaica, BAJ, has donated $40,000 worth of toiletries and other items to the St. Thomas Infirmary recently.
We are here today at the St. Thomas Infirmary as a part of our community project. This actually is part of our Bursars Week activity. Bursars Week starts Sunday, November 19th, and we kick off with a church service at the Pope Methodist Church, downtown Kingston. Then our conference begins at the Rio Hotel at Wednesday, November 22nd. And we are here at the St. Thomas Infirmary today to actually give back to the residents.
The day's activities included the painting of sections of the infirmary and residents being treated to gift packages and hairdressing. Region 2 comprises of Portland, St. Thomas and St. Mary. The Jamaica Moves campaign encourages Jamaicans to incorporate exercise in their lifestyle. The Ministry of Health will be moving to conduct an evaluation of the campaign's impact to measure behavior change, according to Permanent Secretary Sancia Bennett-Templar.
In terms of impact, the ministry will also move ahead to do more analytical studies so that we can begin to put numbers around the tangible changes that are taking place. We do some tracking of numbers when we have our launch fairs across the country. Just to mention that at those activities, we don't only talk about getting exercise and eating right, but we have our health fairs as well.
Bennett-Templar says the Ministry of Health is pleased with the response thus far, and schools and corporate entities are getting involved.
The response has been tremendous. In the general population, everywhere we go across Jamaica, we get that energy and that interest and that involvement. We're getting a lot of traction in corporate entities as well with our corporate challenge, and now we're moving into schools. So you have schools that are looking at putting in their own Jamaica Moves activities. It's a very important initiative. It goes well beyond the question of exercising to looking at an overall healthy lifestyle, how we eat, as well as how we exercise.
The education fraternity is mourning the passing of Professor Claude Packer. Professor Packer was the first president of Michael University College. He passed away yesterday. Who won the 100 meters at the 2011 World Championship, was a special guest at the Pembroke Hall High School sport program launch on Thursday. CVM's Jermaine May has that story.
2011 100 meters world champion Johan Blake visited the Pembroke Hall High School on Thursday, and one of his missions was
a city on a hill. It cannot be hidden. And I want you to be bold as I declare it open right now.
The institution for some time has not participated in school sports, and Blake is one mastermind behind the initiative.
I feel good, always can reach out to students, to athlete students as well, to take up sports because you can take it places, and also to even focus on school as well, because with sports and academics you can bring you far away. And when Mr. Fix came and asked me to come and help launch a program, I was gladly, because this is an incentive for the kids and to push them for the future.
We thought that what we need to do is to greater establish our sporting program, but not only establish our current sporting program, but to expand that program for other students who are wanting to do table tennis and swimming, basketball and so on. And so we think that this is a great initiative to expand the program and at the same time help to use sports to rebuild the culture of Pembroke Hall High School so that we can stave off some of the negative stigma that is associated with us.
Principal Claude Ellis says he's making the call to anyone who can assist.
We are also seeking sponsorship from corporate Jamaica to partner with us as we establish this program. We want to thank schools like the Queen's High School that we are in dialogue with in terms of swimming. This is the kind of partnership that we need, not only from corporate Jamaica, but also the community and other schools within our reach.
It's to try and get that the infrastructure in place, and also to see how best we can build the sport culture in the school.
Meanwhile, Blake was quizzed about his readiness for the upcoming season, with global sprint superstar Usain Bolt retiring from the sport.
I feel very good. My coach is happy. Training is going great, and I'm just looking forward for the season, which I'm kicking it off with the Commonwealth. I'm going to start everything from there. I just want to keep focused. I'm over all my injuries. Even leading up to the World Championship, I got an injury which cost me. But I'm happy. I've been fixing everything, and going forward, I know Jamaica are going to look to me, and I'm going to be that shoulder to lean on.
A Yasso skippered by Mike Morse from Montego Bay sailed to victory in the J22 National Sailboat Race, which was the featured event on the two-day Jamaica Yacht Club Latvian Independence Regatta Festival. The event, which attracted entries from Kingston and Montego Bay, marked the 11th staging of the prestigious regatta weekend. Finishing second was Zipper, captained by Peter Harper, while third place went to Geronimo, skippered by Stephen Cook. Among the other winners during the two-day festival was Zipper in the all-comer class. Tsunami, with PJ Gibson at the helm, was tops in the cruiser big boat class. The rowing section was dominated by Kimari Graham and Stephen Morris, while the Pico class kids race was won by Jordan Clark. Male rowing champion Stephen Morris says it felt good to be a winner.
Well, it was an intense race in the beginning. It's just a case of persevering to the end, pushing through, continuing until past the finish line. Well, I've been rowing for a period of approximately 2 years, or a little over 2 years. It's been a long journey, it's been fun. I would say it's one that I would continue to do.
Also in attendance was President of the Jamaica Olympic Association, Christopher Samuda. He commended the organizers of the festival and pledged the JOA's assistance to the sport of sailing and other developing sports.
The Jamaica Olympic Association is pleased to be a part of this through our tireless and hard-working Director, Scott. We pledge that as we go forward, we will lend support to all disciplines of sport. We take a very equitable approach. We know that track and field, we know that football, we know that cricket have always been our flagships. And we know that they have brought justifiably glory to our country. But what is important to us is developing other sport to ensure that others get an equal chance of representing the country on the international stage.
And that's the news and sports at this time. Join us again at 7:30 p.m. for CVM Live, the evening edition. I'm Whitney Levy. Good afternoon.